Get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight. Pour another cup, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid.
Hey, it's your boy Tight, but you're tuning in with Ray Ray's podcast. Kicking my boy Ray, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, we back at it again, you know. Coming live from downtown Dallas, beautiful downtown Dallas, live from the 10th floor of Hello Studios. Thank you for rocking and tuning in again to Ray Ray's podcast. We greatly appreciate that. I am nothing without you, and I thank y'all, and I love y'all so much for rocking with your boy. If you ain't done it, it's your first time watching it, you hit that like button down at the bottom right down there. You click that right now. Like, subscribe, follow. We greatly appreciate that, all right? All right. So thank you for rocking the Ray Ray's podcast. If you're not familiar with what Ray Ray's podcast is, this is the show where we like to highlight amazing people doing great things in the beautiful city of Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm saying? We got an amazing guest today. We're going to properly introduce her in a moment. But again, I just want to say thank you. I got my dog Law.
Yeah.
Riding shotgun with me today, man. Welcome back to Ray Ray's podcast, bro.
Hey, man, all is well. It's always a great day to rock over here at Hello Studios and talking to fabulous people as we relax on some good
and make sure y'all watching our joint project we do called Crosstalk, where we talk all things Dallas Cowboys. You find that on this channel too. Like, subscribe, follow all that as well too. All right.
No doubt.
All right. So if this is your first time listening or watching Ray Ray's podcast, everyone know I like to start off with the positivity, man. I gotta start off with positive words. You know, some people may be having rough days, week, months, maybe your year been rough.
Right.
I want to give you the opportunity to reset that, all right? Let's hit control alt delete like you computer and start it all over again, all right? Mm-hmm. So, just in case somebody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason, all right?
I love that.
You're stronger than you think. See, whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. Here on my show, Ray Ray's podcast, we're all glad that you're alive, and most importantly, don't give up. So when you keep those positive words in your mind when tough situations arise, you can always go back to it. You know, I am loved, I am beautiful, I can do what I say, you know, my feelings matter, you know what I'm saying? All that is important. Remember, you are loved and we all love you, okay? Bet.
Yes,
yeah.
I love that.
Before I give her a proper introduction here, real quick, I gotta pay some bills real quick. Shout out to the people out of Lit Vacations. Man, if you're looking for the next vacation, whether it be a destination wedding, your family reunion, the homie or homegirl kickback trip, the girls trip, the corporate function, whatever it is, and wherever you're trying to go, hit up Lit Vacations. That's LITT Vacations. Ask for my guy Austin. Tell him, yo, I know Ray from Ray Ray's podcast. He referred me. He's going to take care of you. That's from your excursions, your transfers to and from the airport. They got you. Tell them you part of the Ray Ray's podcast family, and we're going to get you taken care of. Bet. As the kids say, stand on business. All right, let's go. Let's stand on business. All right, so let's introduce this guest today, man. We got a phenomenal guest in the building. She does so much, many things, wears so many hats. Y'all, give a warm Ray Ray's podcast welcome to Miss Suki Moreno in the building. What's up? How we doing?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going. See the people, they love you. They just see you all on the internet and everything.
Yes, I appreciate you guys providing a platform to me.
Let's go. All right, man. So how's your day going so far?
It's going really good. This is my first week getting back into entrepreneurship, like full time. Of course, there was a time, I don't know if I met you at that time, but there was a time I was working a 9-to-5 while juggling multiple, creative side gigs, and now I'm just full throttle and creating structure for myself.
No doubt.
And my own businesses.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. There's a message I like to always tell people too. Don't focus on that win. Focus on the win. Don't focus on the win is going to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it gives you more motivation when you're doing it yourself. It makes you drive. And
I have more purpose with my days.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really, I have my time to actually know what I want to do. I don't have to necessarily be on somebody's time. And then I'm sure like a lot of people too, it takes, I don't know, you get to that point where you get pushed to the edge and then you're like, you know what? I don't know why I'm here. Why is it taking me this much to make $20 an hour?
Right.
And, you know, you think about the respect that comes behind it, your time. And now, like, for example, you asked me how my day is going. And, you know, if I was working a 9 to 5, I just give you like something short and sweet. But now I'm just like, man, we have Cosign Studios. We had it last night. We have this.
Okay.
So I have a lot to be excited about every time I wake up now.
Now we're gonna get into all that too. You're gonna share that, and we're gonna explore deep into all those things she's excited about. So let's kick it off like this. You know, Suki, where are you from?
I'm originally from California, but I grew up in Dallas. I'm a Dallas girl. If I go back to Cali, my whole family lives in California, but when I go back to California, they tell me that I'm officially a Texan because I say y'all all the time.
Hey, don't beat us up. So how long you been in Dallas or Texas in general?
I've been in Texas, so I'm 31. I've been in Texas for about 17 years, 16, 17 years.
Okay, yeah,
I'm a Texan.
Full-fledged.
Yes.
She full-fledged.
What part? What
Dallas
sector?
originally. So when I moved out here originally, we did move to Oak Cliff. My mom actually used to work at the hospital in Zang, and then eventually we moved to Irving, which is, you know, it was a little better. The crooked eye is what they called it at the time. And and then I ended up graduating with my dad in Euless. My dad is actually from Texas, which is what brought me here.
Texas,
And I went to Trinity High School, and it was actually a really great experience. I met, you know, something I will say this, even when I moved out here, I met so many people that weren't even from Texas.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are here that are not from Texas, and it was very comforting. And then even so, like those same people from my high school, they're still living. You know, like I see them in downtown. We've all grown, but I think everybody kind of had a different outlook on how my people assumed that I was going to be a model from high school, but I wasn't really outgoing, so I think a lot of people are still very shocked about how my career is going.
Great. I think it's going great from what I can see. So it's going great. So you mentioned Irving. Yo, shout out from the Crooked Eye, my homies Playing Skills. About to drop this new record. Shout out, boys. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. We gonna link up soon. So
you want to know something crazy about Playing Skills? They actually are a part of my career. They helped me jumpstart my career.
Okay, let's talk about that. What?
So when I graduated high school, before I graduated, when I was a senior in high school, I used to be a dance choreographer, and a lot of the girls on the drill team, they would personally pay me. And you know, drill, I don't know if you know about the drill team life, but they spend some money. Their parents spend a lot of money on their daughters to go to these competitions, to travel, just to have a great solo dance for a scholarship. And so these girls, you know, they saw me. I used to be a part of a dance team called Beyond Belief. They're based in Mesquite. They actually had a show on Netflix called Little Miss Sunshine. And then the owner of Beyond Belief is actually on RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay. He's actually on the global one right now too, but shout out to Justin Johnson, but he goes by Alyssa Edwards on RuPaul's Drag Race, but he was definitely the director. He guided me, and then in the middle of it, he would provide us a lot of gigs for auditions and such like that. Playing Skills, they were from Irving. And they were hosting a lot of, you know, talent, not necessarily talent shows, but they had their own label at the time, to where they were signing artists at the time as well. And so with those artists, they needed backup dancers, they needed music video girls, and when I met Playing Skills, they came to our dance studio for us to audition. Like, they just came to different studios to see where the best talent was. And when I met them, like, it was a hit instantly. They ended up working with Daddy Yankee at the time, and I'll be honest, like, it was one of the best moments of my career. They set me up really, really good. They took care of me. They gave me the ins and outs of knowing, like, not every opportunity is worth taking, but also knowing how valuable you are. So, like, a lot of models, they'll reach out to, or dancers, they'll reach out to me in my DMs, and they're like, how did you get so successful? How do you get all these gigs and stuff? And for me, like, I always tell them the best thing that you can do is just not take every opportunity, because you're not supposed to work with everybody.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then you also don't want to oversaturate yourself. And so at the time, Daddy Yankee and 3 other studios and even a couple of agencies, they were trying to sign me up in like 3-year contracts. And then Play, he motivated me to do the independent route thing. And I did it. And so me doing the independent route, I was able to tour with them. I ended up working with them for 3 years. I ended up working with Daddy Yankee, Pitbull, Paula Deanda. There were so many people that I worked with just behind them. Steve Aiko. It was really great. They gave me a platform to not only dance, because dance wasn't very popular in Dallas. It was more so popular in LA, but they provided us, finding us dancers at that studio, Playing Skills provided us a platform to actually kind of like be seen in a way, because a lot more, we weren't getting booked, dancers weren't getting booked gigs, like models were, video girls were, but actually like dancers who are choreographing and not just twerking their ass. And they're the ones who actually provided, because they love the arts. They used to do B-roll back in the day and stuff like that, so yeah, shout out to them.
Man, I got a lot of love for those guys. Met a lot of friendships. I have a lot of friendships through Playing Skills. You know, my guy Louis, the singer, who just blown up in the country world. Alex Tiny B, Shelby Shaw, my guy E-Man, the producer.
Yeah, I just talked to E-Man like 2 days ago. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's my guy E-Man. Ski Live, bro. That's my boy Ski Rock Live. DJ, man, those are all my people, man.
Yeah, you're naming so many people from like early 2012.
Yeah, I go back. Yeah, I go back. We go back. There's sometimes we always just have Rio Room Sundays. We used to, down in the basement.
Yeah, they're doing their thing in Miami. It's really good.
But I don't know if they dropped the songs at Coma La Flor. They're about to drop. That was my dudes.
Yeah,
Love them.
Shout out to Playing Skills.
Shout out to them. All right. So, okay, we talked about that. You know, Playing Skills, they help you, kind of get, the stepping stone.
Foot in the door type
Foot in the door type thing, all right? Well, so let's talk about a lot of things that came from since doing that. For instance, I know you do a lot of stuff with Cosign. Shout out KG. That's our guy out there.
Shout out to KG.
And shout out, congratulations. I know y'all just opened up the new Cosign Studios.
Yes.
So congratulations
Thank
to
you.
that. Definitely want to come check that out one day.
Yes, you guys got to come by, get a photo shoot in.
Yeah.
Or maybe even you guys sit down and we swap places and I interview you guys.
Okay, that was
Trading places like Usher says.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you get involved with KG and the whole Cosign?
Oh, goodness. So everything goes hand in hand with everything that I've done. So when I was a dancer before I was a model, and KG actually had just started Cosign. This was like 2015, 2016. Nobody knows this, and I won't throw him under the bus, but KG actually was trying to be a rapper back in the day.
Okay.
And so like literally like passing out mixtapes type stuff. But
right.
so he created Cosign. And originally, it was just an urban magazine that put the music industry models on another or promoted them on another scale.
Right.
It was nothing compared to what it is today. And so at the time, KG building Cosign, he was everything. He was their photographer. He was their editor. He was everything in one. And he was just looking for opportunity, just like I was. And so at the time, I wasn't even modeling. Like I was still backup dancing, but I wasn't making any money. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get into modeling, but I need to create my own content. I need to get my photos. Right. And KG found me on Instagram, and he just DM'd me, and he was like, hey, you want to get some shots? I'm trying to get into photography. I'm about to, I'm starting my own magazine company and such like that, because at the time it was also just a magazine. And, me looking to get my foot in the door, especially in the Dallas modeling industry. Right. I was taking that as an opportunity. He seemed like good people. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That was that relationship at the beginning. And then we met up in Arlington. He brought his little old camera. We went into his brother's, his family owns a grill company. Okay. And so we went in there. We just started playing with all the jewelry. We started taking photos. He allowed me to style myself. Right. At the time, I just provide, like, because I was getting into modeling, Chewy, I don't know if you guys know El Chewy. He's a major Dallas brand. Shout out to him. But he actually gave me my first photo shoot. So what Chewy did was give me a whole bunch of Dallas merchandise, and he was like, I'm about to drip you out in Dallas swag. And he set me up, and then KG was like, let's put this in. I can even make this into an article. So we kind of I was kind of like the puzzle piece that KG needed at the time for him to create. And we ended up building a great business friendship out of just that one photo shoot. It went from me being his muse to me pouring into him and him pouring into me. Right. And we just started connecting the dots. We started talking about merch. He hosted a fashion show, Cosign fashion show. Right. And I walked in it. You know, that was my first fashion show that I was able to walk in. But had he not had Cosign magazine, I wouldn't have even been able to say I have a modeling career. Correct. And well, to an extent, but you know, at least in Dallas for sure. And then, you know, for myself, I live life with no ceiling. So there was anytime somebody were to come up to me, like, I'm not a yes man, but I don't see myself being incapable of doing anything. Like, I'm willing. You can tell me there's certain things that you know how to do that I don't know how to do, but I am always going to be the one to attempt to do it, and then I'll be like, okay, that's not my shit. But so KG, I was definitely communicating with him, telling him that I want to be more than a model, and he was like, you know what, you should host your own podcast conversation on Cosign talking about called More Than a Model. And so the platform for Cosign just expanded dramatically, like, not just for models, but we're literally your all-in-one go-to shop today. Right. It's no longer just an urban magazine that acknowledges the music industry. We're now acknowledging the business managers behind the music artists. We're also those who, we're providing you a platform to pretty much, if there's a lot of people in our community that have no resources to knowing, or they don't have friendships or the connections, or they're not in the environments to have more intelligent conversations to actually pursue their dreams. Because right now, like, I mean, everybody has their own identity of the hood, but like me, I tell people I come from the gutter because I really came from nothing. Right. And had I not gotten out of that environment, I would have just been a product of my environment. Yeah. And so me getting out, meeting all of these people in the entertainment industry, in the business world, we were able to put those both hand in hand and kind of connect the dots. Like, I tell KG all the time, we're like the DJ Khaled of Dallas. Like, people will, like, we just need to put everybody in the studio and just create another one. Like, we just need to get everybody in a room, create. We connect the dots, whether it's you needing advertising, merchandise, photo shoots, even just business guidance. Like, we have people who can guide people who don't. There's people who never have walked into a bank and inquired on, how can I have this idea. Correct. And how to expound upon it. You know, a lot of people have their mindset to do certain things, but they don't have the guidance. Yes. Or the resources. They don't know. They don't have people around them that are like, okay, well, this is how you do that. They just hear them and they're just like, oh yeah, that is a great idea. You know something else? There's a lot of gatekeeping too. That is a lot of gatekeeping. So you guys offer those type of things. That's dope. And by you telling us where you came from and everything of that nature, it also brings this home that you don't forget where you came from at all, and you got that same mentality. It's like, I always tell people, and I say this all the time, it's like a broken record for Ray, but it's like PhD. That's what I have. You know what that is? Yes. Oh, well, let me hear what you mean. Poor, hungry, and determined. Okay, I like that. So if you have that, then anything and everything, because I'm from Mississippi, I say every tub must sit on its own bottom. You know, we got all of these sayings, but a PhD mentality is what you had. You know, you said, okay, I'm not finna be the subject to, okay, this is the product of my environment, but at the same time, the same things that you learned in that environment. Yeah, no, it's in my back to this day. It's in my back pocket at all times. I tell people, like, you hear when people talk about their losses, but you it's more of a cost to not take a chance versus like it costs more to stay put into where you're at. And so for me, I mean, I that's one of the greatest things I tell my mom all the time. Me and my brother, we thank my mom all the time. I'm like, thank you for getting us out of the hood. Because I remember at the time, there was a lot of people who were very young and, you know, they were doing drugs. And if I would have been there, I genuinely believe I either would have been doing those same activities or I would have been in jail. And it's just, that's the reality of it. And I'm very grateful, very blessed. And I keep my creative hat on me at all times because I know where I come from, but I'll never go back, but I won't forget.
Here's what it is though. The hood is the reality without the makeup. You know,
Literally.
It's literally you seeing people who trying to turn $1 into $5, right?
Yep.
And 5 into 10. You seeing it naturally in the hood. But when you go to those prominent neighborhoods, they do the same.
Yeah, it's all a mindset too.
Yeah.
I know so many millionaires that are living in the hood, but they have $2 mindsets.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't know that's what's keeping them stuck in that space. And that's why, like, not just cosign, but just even myself with everything that I do, I make sure that everywhere that I go, whether it be me teaching choreography, I'm making sure that I'm sending also another message to the dancers, as well as modeling. Like, I'm not just showing up and being this snotty-nosed model. Like, I'm really there enjoying the creativity, and I'm going to sell the hell out of this product that you're making me model.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
So I already know what I need to do with Law Nation Sports then, if that's the case in the scenario. Go ahead.
Real quick, I'm going to go do something with you, but real quick, one thing I want to acknowledge is when you was talking about cosign, one of the things I really love is when y'all do the cosign awards.
Yes.
Where y'all showcase different people from all the different categories, from hairstylists to podcasts to
politicians. Teachers. Yep.
That's always a beautiful event. I've gone to a couple of them. It's been great. I got nominated for one.
Yay. You gotta run up those nominations. You gotta get nominated again this year, November.
Hey, y'all gotta put my name in the hat. You know?
All you gotta do is just promote it. Yeah.
Y'all do sports?
We do.
Who won the sports last year then?
I believe it was he's gonna be mad at me. I think it could have been Michael Finley.
Okay.
Well, I think there's a sports athlete, but he's talking about sports content creator.
Sports content creator. I don't know if we don't have one. We don't have too many people nominated for a sports one though. So you could go out, throw your name in there, throw your name in a ballot.
I'm grinning to ear because you got to put my name in. Well, I'm gonna put my name in there. Come on, cosign.
Maybe we'll see what y'all get some of the sports, but man, I think that's a great thing, and I want to salute you and so all y'all cosign. Keep showing the love, keep showcasing people. And many more years for y'all, all right?
Yeah,
more studios. There's a whole branch of cosign studios coming. There we go. We do it there, yeah. So let's go down this real quick. Then we can get into something fun. Let's talk about all these different hats that you wear.
Okay.
Because you got many hats.
I do.
So let's talk about it. Let's break them all down for me.
Okay, so I'm a mom first. That's number one.
Hey.
I'm a daughter second. My mom means everything to me. Aside from who I am as a human, I'm a choreographer. You know what? When we were chit-chatting and discussing me coming on here, I was actually talking to my partner about it. I was like, you know what? I don't really know how to identify like one hat with everything I do because I do wear multiples. But I feel like I'm just an overall creative because you can't overuse creativity. Yeah. And on top of that, I feel like everything that I do genuinely goes hand in hand. I would not be a model today if I wasn't a dancer. Like I don't even know. I wouldn't have even known how to pose without my dancing abilities. Yeah. But yeah, dancing, choreography, actress, model. It's just, I don't even know how to keep going. Like,
it goes like
director,
this.
Operations.
When you first start off with like modeling, it's all about lighting, sounding. When dancing is about sounding, right? So with being a videographer, it's all about timing and all of that stuff, and you got to incorporate with dancing. You got to include timing, durations, beat count. So all of those things, of those skill sets that you collided together, it created this perfect you.
Yeah.
So now you got that thing what we call transferable skill sets.
Yeah.
So now when you see someone and they going through the runway, you're like, oh, I can work on her step.
Yeah.
Oh, you look at the picture there, oh, it's too dark. The lighting is not right. All of those things built you for this moment, and that's why you do not a good job. You do a great job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's what, like, one thing that I've learned. I've been really trying to learn what it is that, because people will ask you, they're like, what is it that you do? And then sometimes it sounds a little all over the place when you're like, I do this, and I genuinely believe that I'm just meant to, like I said, I have no ceilings to the things that I want to do. So I may show up as a model, but then you may book me next week as your assistant studio director.
Yeah,
correct.
Because I am, as a model, I'm so good at what I do as a model because I understand the marketing side of things. I'm able to get creative with what you want me to advertise and promote. So that's why I say everything goes hand in hand with each other. Even when I personally get booked photo shoots, I'm pitching cosign. I'm like, you guys, I love this studio, but you guys, I have a good studio too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of going. It's one big world that it's never a revolving door, and that's one thing that I love about it. Like I can go through one door and go through another, and I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Man, it's just amazing hearing all the things that you do and all the things you're involved of. And I'm pretty sure more is going to be added onto your plate at some point.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to keep expanding, and I hope you keep doing it.
There's a lot going. I have a skincare line that's about to come. My partner originally started it, but then we're about to go hand in hand. She was thinking about pushing it off, and I was like, no, this is something we got to push through.
Yeah.
And especially now that we have the Cosign Studio, I have so many events. I mean, you guys are going to be invited anyways. But
Come on with it.
I have so many things that are coming, just utilizing that Cosign Studio space too, and you guys giving me just the platform to even just promote it and myself, I appreciate it.
No, and we're definitely gonna come check out. You know, we got a whole checklist of places we say that we gotta go. Visit. We gotta do a tour.
You have
around
to.
Dallas, so we're definitely that's definitely on the list of places. You know, we're all gonna pull up.
Pull up on me, as they say. Pull up on me. Yeah. One of the things that I want to throw at you is that I've been looking for a beard line. You know.
Okay.
So if you said you got a skincare line. What do I need to do to get this beard care line?
You need to have a meeting with me.
Come on with it.
We'll have lunch meeting.
Let's do that, because definitely. See, Ray, you colliding some worlds together. That's what Ray podcast is all about.
But you see, I'm solution driven. You just tell me what you need, and I'm like, okay, how can I connect this?
What's turnaround time too now?
Listen, it depends on when we can do lunch.
Okay.
There you go, Ray podcast. Be sure to subscribe and like this content right here. Come on with it.
Hey, Laws Nation too. Make sure you like Laws Nation too.
Come on with
all Law Nation sports. Then of course, Suki. You got to. The lady of the hour here. It's all about her right here. This is her time to shine.
Thank you.
You know, we were trying to bring.
I mean, I'll watch a little sports.
You watch a little sports?
I'll watch a little sports.
Okay.
I love basketball. My son is obsessed with basketball. Kyrie's my favorite guy.
Shout out Kyrie. That's the dog.
Yeah.
Hey, but now we in Dallas though. You know.
I know. So is Kyrie.
You got Klay Thompson though. What about that new move right there?
I mean, I'm excited to see the Mavericks move, because even just seeing Luka and Kyrie and then PJ, like that group alone was already intense, and it got you out your your ass out the seat.
Yeah.
And so I felt like seeing Klay, he's gonna bring a little spice to the team.
Look at this sports segment gonna go hard, bro.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have a little spice to the team.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Suki, all right? So if this is your first time watching or listening, we have this nice little fun segment. It's called Slow Down. I just want to get to know you. Slow down. We just want to get to know you.
Okay.
This is where we kind of ask you some random questions off the rip. We don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to get somewhere from this segment.
I'm scared.
All right. And before we move forward with the slow down segment, I always like to ask people, I want you to shout out your social medias, all the different things you want people to find you at and follow.
Yeah, definitely. So you can follow me at Suki_Moreno on all platforms, social media platforms. And then my new skincare line is dermaskin.com. You can check that out there. And then for Cosign Magazine, cosignmagazine.com.
Law, go ahead and check yourself out too, Arietta.
No doubt. That's lawnationsports.com. You can check me out on lawnationsports.com or under Law Nation Sports on all platforms. You will see my face, name, and logo there.
Talking about the skincare, I need to get some more eye cream and a new SPF. So
I got all that. I
need some more.
I'm gonna have my pop up soon. You guys gotta pull up.
We're gonna pull up.
All right, I'll send y'all the invites.
Pull up
I have like
on
3
you.
invites to send you guys after that.
Okay. So here's a very important question I'd like to ask. What makes you feel like your best self?
Ooh, I feel like what makes me my best self is when I'm available to show up for others. That means I have my circle of friends, but I have my day ones that they know if I'm super busy and I'm not texting them back to back, but if they give me a call, I'm there. And there's something that makes me, there were moments in my time back in the day where no one was able to pick up their phone for me. And so me being in the moment, let's say that I'm rushing to a gig or something, and then I'm seeing a friend is calling me and I'm able to pick it up and just be available to her. Like, she's just like, Sook, are you busy? And there's times where I'll tell them like, hey, I'm doing this, call you right back.
Right.
But them seeing that they can reach out and I'm accessible to them, they show so much appreciation for it because of how busy I am.
And one thing I want to commend you on, because I have to communicate with a lot of people, like especially booking interviews and other things. Your communication is absolutely amazing. I have to applaud you and commend you on that.
Thank you.
It's absolutely amazing, because there's sometimes I send people a message and like a week later they reply. I'm like, bro, it was a week ago.
Yeah, no, I respect everybody's time, so that's why I would want the same respect in return.
Yeah, and I greatly appreciate that. That's amazing, especially with all the things I see that you do. That's
thank you so much.
Tip of the hat to that. All right. So everyone knows I like asking this question. This is my favorite question to ask. All right, because I'm just curious. I'm Ray. I'm the movie producer, director, writer, and I'm making a Suki Moreno story. Who's starring as Suki in the movie?
Ooh, who would I want to play me? You know what? I really think that Zoe. How do you say your last name? Zoe? Yeah.
Zeldana?
Yeah.
Zeldana, okay.
I think she would be the perfect person to play me.
You're talking about the girl from the Avengers and all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that?
No, nobody said that last week.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, she did. She said it. And then I said,
2 weeks in a row?
2 weeks in a row.
And maybe I'm saying
Not
that.
2 weeks ago.
well, 2 weeks ago, but the same lady. Well.
But you want to know something? I feel like a part of me is saying that because
Zendaya.
She said Zendaya.
Zendaya.
I was like,
okay. Who's Zoe though?
From Avengers. She's a green girl.
She's Colombiana.
Colombiana.
Yeah.
Okay, that girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Zendaya and Zoe. Okay,
Yeah.
My
So
bad,
Zoe.
my bad.
Yeah, you can't confuse the two.
I did. I just did.
Actually, I know who could play you.
Who?
Zoe Kravitz.
People tell me that a lot.
Yeah,
They
I see Zoe Kravitz.
when I have my hair braided, people they say that.
I see Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz.
Hey, either two.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm saying that because a part of me either wants to be them or be with them. But I mean, genuinely, I think they both could play me very well.
Okay. All right. So, you know how they have those planes that you rent and you can have like a banner following behind it that has a message in the sky? If you had one of those planes and you had a banner, what would it say right now?
Oh. You know what? I think it would say you can't build $1 million business with the $2 mindset. That's it.
I like that.
Can't build $1 million business with a $2 mindset.
I like that.
Okay.
I've been around a lot of millionaires in my time, and they're either millionaires based off of other friends of them who are millionaires.
Right.
And they have the worst attitudes. And then there's also individuals that I know that, that just get lucky. Like, I mean, they just don't show any gratefulness or appreciation. And, they're trust fund babies. They get it from their parents or something, and they just are a little entitled. And, those are the people that at the end of the day, like, those skeletons come on, they end up no longer being millionaires.
That's one of the things that's important of your surroundings. Surround yourself with the right people in the right circle. If no one is pushing you to do better, you got to get some new people around you. Or if some people aren't, or they're on I always say you got to get some people that are on the level that you're trying to get to, and on another level on top of that.
Yes.
Always surround people that don't really surround yourself with people that are not doing much for themselves or doing less than you do. That's not to knock them or whatever, but if you want to go to the next level in life, you got to be surrounded by everyone that's either there trying to get there that have that same mindset. That's really important.
Let me ask you this then. What is a millionaire mindset to you?
For me, a millionaire mindset is somebody who genuinely has spent the time valuing their purpose, like what they're putting into this world. There's a lot of people who will, I mean, you guys know, there's hustlers, there's quick rich schemes, type of deal.
Right.
There's scammers. Some people want that quick dollar. A lot more people want that quick dollar right now. And I feel like $1 million mindset isn't quick. It's not a quick dream. It's not a quick project, quick idea.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to quote it again. I think Maya Angelou had quoted this. She's a poet, for those who don't know, but I believe she had wrote something that said creativity is often smothered and it's not really taken care of in a sensitive way. There's a lot of people, like creativity can, like I said, you can never overuse creativity. You can't overuse creativity. And I feel like with a millionaire mindset, they have that no limit idea to themselves. Exactly. They're not doing it just for the money, the end goal. They're like, he's a little off the wall these days, but just as an example, Kanye West, like if he had ceilings to his lifestyle, he wouldn't be who he is today.
Facts.
And I feel like having that confidence in yourself and knowing like, this may stick and it may not stick. But there's some people who are like, no, this is gonna stick. I'm invincible. This is like, I'm unstoppable and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like those are, you know what I'm talking about with that. So it just, I don't know. I feel like having a millionaire mindset is just more so having a purpose behind your idea.
Your idea.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying, basically. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter.
Right.
Like what are the results? You saying that you're putting in this time or you're learning. And that's where, even Dr. Martin Luther King said, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best one out there. There's people who work in janitorial supplies and selling that as multimillionaires because they are operating in their purpose. Right. Yeah. So I give it what you're saying now. Yeah. And
it's also a matter of having pride and ownership of what you do. If you're gonna do it, take pride in it. Like for me, I like to be a perfectionist. Yeah. I like everything to go off a certain way. Like I like the shit like. Yeah. It's got to be ticking. Like if I'm gonna do it and my name's attached to it, it has to be the best. I don't want to attach my name to crap and just bullshit.
Yep.
Right.
I want to attach my name to greatness, something with purpose, like quality of the video, the way I edit it. Like I want it to be the most professional thing you've ever seen. Do I have all the freaking followers in the world? No, I don't. But the quality I'm putting out is going to get me to where I want to be. It's like a saying. I say this probably every episode. If you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it.
Yep.
So always try to live by that mindset,
And if you don't have a purpose, I feel like you should be purposeful with yourself. Like, know what you're waking up for.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have an overall end goal, because I feel like, especially nowadays, some people get so intimidated when they don't have something going on for themselves outside of a 9-to-5. And there's nothing to feel bad about. It's just you have to allow yourself to, even like your hobby could be your biggest creation.
Big facts.
Yeah, you can. People are into pickleball right now, and I don't know where the hype came from out of nowhere, but people are getting into pickleball, and now there's many people who are having businesses holding pickleball tournaments. You know what I'm saying? There's a bigger picture to your hobby, your favorite show. You know, there's just so much to do out here, and that's why I keep saying, like, it's just, there's no limits. And have lunch with me, and we'll figure it out together.
Most certainly. Most certainly. And one more thing, I say this every show now. There's two most important days of your life: the day you was born and the day you realize your purpose.
Definitely.
So if you operate in your purpose, I tell people all the time, they was trying to, hey, Law, I want to start my YouTube. I want to start my Facebook. How do I get 4 to 5 million views a month? Start.
Yeah.
Start. I started with a cell phone inside my car.
Literally.
You can literally create yourself, but the only way it will work for you if you operate in your purpose.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Walking that every morning. You know what I'm saying? Here's a little quote I like to always hear. Some people laugh at it, but I like this.
We gotta get out here to get emotion, to have emotion. Just because it ain't happened yesterday doesn't mean it happen today. Get your mind right, big motion.
Big
motion, baby.
Big motion, baby.
Big motion, all right?
I love that.
Yeah. So let's get back to this real quick, all right? What was the last thing you Googled?
Oh, I'll be honest. I Google the most random things. I think my last I kind of want to pull it up because I know I definitely looked something crazy up. But can I look it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I genuinely just did this. Oh, okay. It's a little off, but I Googled girl violin movie Netflix.
All right.
Wait.
All
So
right.
I'm just gonna break it down because this was a really good movie. But the movie's called The Perfection. It's really good. I advise many women to watch this, but you guys would really, it's just off the wall. Like these girls, they grow up into a high school violin, art school. And then one of her best friends ends up becoming the world's biggest violinist. And she ends up setting her best friend sets her up. She ends up giving her, she travels the world with her and acting like she's supporting her best friend, but then she ends up giving her medicine that makes her hallucinate. And her friend thinks she's sick, so she cuts her arm off. So now she's not the best violinist in the world. And so her best friend becomes the best violinist in the world. It's just so crazy. And then it's just, a bunch of stuff happens. There's some lesbian scenes in there. So that's really the only reason why I watched it.
so they cut the arm off, and there was some lesbian scenes.
She cut her own arm off, and there were lesbian scenes.
Were them two together like that, or?
She set herself up to be with her just to get her to push her off the edge.
Push her off the edge so she can be the
Belongs to the streets.
Hey, that's a wild movie. And what's the name of that movie again?
It's called The Perfectionist. It's really good, though.
Okay.
It's really good.
How do it end, though?
Don't spoil it for the people that's watching right now.
Honestly,
Netflix. Come on,
it
Netflix,
ends up
run that
being
check.
it ends up being a crazy ending. There's twists and turns through the whole movie, but at the I'm just gonna tell you guys just quick visual. Both of them, the best friend and her, they end up making up, and they end up killing all the directors at their violin school.
Dang, with one arm and all, just
one arm and all.
Damn.
I'm so serious. They end up finding out that this academy is just full of sexual assaults and all this stuff. So they go and slowly kill all the directors. I know this podcast just went a little different.
No, it's all good.
It's all right.
But that is the last thing I Googled.
Okay. All right. If you were a superhero, what superpower would you want?
I've been asked this question. I would want to be a healer. I would love to heal people. If you're injured or if you were shot, I would want to pick and choose. I mean, I know it's a little deep, but I would there's some people you just want to stare at and let them bleed a little bit.
Bleed a little bit.
Yeah. You need a little bit more of that. But no, I think a healer. I would really want to be a healer, especially wanting to. I wish I could be there for everybody as much as I can, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow. Was it healer by mind or touch? You got to touch them.
Healing wounds.
Like a Marion touch.
Yeah. Mentally, spiritually. If they're stressed and they want calmness, I would just want to be yeah. Or they have chest pains.
So, If I was to put a warning label on you, what would it say?
Ooh. If you were to put a warning label on me, what would it say? I feel like it should say like something like temperature-wise, like hot when.
Caution.
Yeah. Hot when left out or something. You know.
May heal you if you touch. You know.
I don't know.
Like
That's
that.
a really good one. A caution, but I feel like caution is kind of like a beware sign. You know, like it's greeting, but it's a little taunting. Like, so I don't know, because some caution things you still walk into the smoke, you see the caution tape, but you're kind of like, let me still go see. So I don't know. That's a hard question.
Sometimes things that's good can be bad, and sometimes things bad can be good. Too much of
That's
anything.
very true.
So caution, you know.
That's very
Drink
true.
responsibly, you know, all that type of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I feel like people who have met me that didn't know me, I feel like they always leave themselves a tad bit motivated or inspired by me. So if you're not looking to be in that space, that's something you should be aware of.
Oh, wow.
And be cautious of.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've had friends that actually have told me that I intimidate them, and they've had to distance themselves from me, or I caught the distance, and then I'm very intentional. Like, I'm very outspoken. I don't like any gray areas, and so like I'll approach a few of them, and they've acknowledged. They're like, well, you know, you have this going on.
So
and
your personality is more like you're a vibe person.
I have been told that many times. Yeah.
So as long as the vibe is right.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm very sensible. Like if I go into, like, for example, me being here for the first time.
Correct.
If the vibes weren't right, I will gladly remove myself. But that's me.
Yeah.
And that's how I am with friendships, business relationships, everything, because it all has to make sense, and I'm really big on my senses. So if my intuition's telling me I shouldn't feel comfortable in this space or having a conversation with you, then, you know, I'm the type to gladly tell you, like, I'm not comfortable talking to you.
Yeah. Wow. That's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Like I say, your peace, your space, your energy, all those things you should prioritize.
Yeah.
Like, never sacrifice any one of those things for anyone. Like,
At all.
Period.
I've been able to be close encounters with somebody I was extremely motivated by, and it was probably the worst thing that I ever did, was become that close to them. Because, you know, for a while you look at them as a superhero from a glass lens, and then when you actually get to step in, you're like, okay, this superhero is just as filthy as I am, or if anything, 10 times worse. And in a way, it kind of puts you in a different perspective with yourself. You know,
it's kind of like the saying, "Never meet your own hero."
Yeah.
You know, that type of deal.
Yeah.
So have you ever been drained of like energy sapped, and how do you handle that?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I gladly remove myself.
Oh, you just get up and say,
And you know what? My mom had a conversation with me telling me that she looked at it as a pro and a con, because she's like, you're so quick to walk away, and she's like, you're gonna walk away from opportunity too quick. And so me, I have had those moments where I feel like I regretted walking away from certain situations, but then it goes back into me reiterating it to myself that I'm not supposed to work with everybody. Like, my journey is purposeful, and these people are going to not make my life difficult. Yeah, there's going to be some L's, but those L's genuinely, like, I look forward to growing, getting older. I look forward to like new business ideas that flop, because I'm like, whatever flops, it creates this whole new other invention. And even if it flops for me, it may motivate somebody else to do it 10 times differently.
Correct. So it goes back to all the way what we said in the beginning. You talked about, you know, being able to turn down some offers and then independently doing it the way you're doing it now. So yeah, it makes sense though.
I wouldn't have even been able to have as many of the gigs that I've had, or have the career that I have today, or be as successful as I am today, had I been a yes man to all these people that wanted to work with me. I've had people who wanted to manage me that told me that if I signed with them to be my manager, I can't post my son. They wanted me to shadow ban these particular pieces of me that I felt that hold a big significance on my income, or not even just my income, but my purpose. And being just genuine to yourself. And like when I show up to photo, I know you guys know a few of my mutuals, but there's so many people that will tell you, like, when I show up to a photo shoot, I'm not your typical model. I get told that all the time. I'm not one to just show up, take photo shoots. I'm genuinely like, okay, what visually do you see out of this? What do you want out of this photo shoot? I'm going to try to do the best that I can out of it. If it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We won't showcase these photos ever again.
Okay. So like when we wrap up these episodes, I always like to ask 2 questions, all right?
Okay.
First question being, if you can give any advice to anyone, no matter the subject matter, what would it be? And secondly, what do you want people to take away from your podcast you did with me today?
Oh, okay. I'll answer the first one, and it's very simple. Just water yourself. And when I say water yourself, I mean that in the most physical, emotional, spiritual, mentally, always possible, because you can outgrow your environments, and that's okay. All plants outgrow their environments. I mean, we're about to step into the fall. These leaves are about to fall. Yep. Okay. But it's really, really necessary to, even through seasonal changes, to just continue to water yourself. And I mean that metaphorically, but genuinely, you can water yourself by going to the gym. You can water yourself by taking your vitamins, pouring into yourself by getting a book. Don't allow yourself to just deteriorate and become a product of your environment. If you don't switch out the soil in a plant, it rots, and you have to switch out that soil and then eventually water it all over again. So the best thing I can say is just water yourself. Okay. Yeah. And then as far as what you can take from this podcast, one thing that I'm going to take from this for sure, the way you opened it was definitely necessary. But yeah, be proud of yourself. Be proud that you're here. And I'm happy you guys are here. I'm happy they're here. We all wouldn't be here without you guys. So I just think appreciating your community.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Definitely love that. And, you have an open invitation to come back to Ray Ray's podcast,
Perfect.
Maybe do something else again. We don't know, whatever.
I do want to join your sports podcast, because I have a lot of friends who I run a few of their social medias.
Okay.
And I think you'll really enjoy them. They're like Cowboy players, Maverick players.
Most certainly. And I'm always
I help them with their social media. So I feel like this is like your sports show. Yeah. So like I can just sit in the back.
Yeah. My thing is with sports, it's a way to get away. It builds character. I know we're in the wrap-up phase, but I just look at sports, whereas you can remove politics, you can remove, just like the Olympics. When we got a chance to see the Olympics, that was the one day or the 1 week or the 1 month that everybody said, forget all of the things that we going up against, and we rooting for USA to win. And what's her name from Texas? The girl.
Sha'Carri.
There's so many.
I was gonna say Shakira, but her name is Sha'Carri. Look, I'm transplant. Yeah. I think that she represented Texas and Dallas the right way, and people can all join and say, "Hey, look at what she's doing." Yeah. And that's why that's why I do sports, because I always know that, in life gonna throw you lemons. You got to make lemonades. I get all of that out of the lemons, but you're gonna fall. Everyone is gonna fall eventually, but it's all about the comeback. That's why I listen to my guy Les Brown. He said, if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's what we've been doing here. Yeah. Facts. With sports. So let's get with it, and I can't wait to meet your people.
Yes, we'll have fun.
Collide our worlds together. Yes. Come on with it.
And one last time, shout out all your social media and all your different platforms.
I only have one name for all social media. But you can follow me on all platforms, all social media platforms, SUKII_Moreno, MORENO.
All right, facts. Well, thank you again for taking your time. to come pull up to Ray Ray's podcast. We greatly appreciate that. Like I said, we look forward to seeing you again here on the platform.
Yes, thank you guys. I want to get you guys in for an interview too.
Let's do it. We'll get it all set
really
up.
soon.
Law, thank you for riding shotgun with your boy again on this. Make sure you're checking out our crosstalk episodes. Make sure you're checking out all of Law Nations, all the things he posts, all his videos on YouTube. Make sure you follow this guy. You know, you're never gonna be disappointed. He's a hardworking man in his industry. He gives you, the latest news, everything all Cowboys. So if you're a Cowboys fan, it's a guy you need to follow. All right.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Like, I start the show off with positive words, and I gotta end it with positive words. All right. So this is the time of the show. I want you to check yourself, get your swag on, fill yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Rub your hands like Birdman if you need to. All right. Tell myself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up physically. And I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself.
Yes.
It's your boy Ray. Ray Ray's podcast. Got Law Nation.
Yeah.
Suki in the building. We out of here.
Support it, baby.
Hey.
Come on.
Bye, guys.
Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Hey, get money all day, get money